Morning. Hope everybody's doing well, staying clean and sober. I wanted to talk a little bit about addiction, alcoholism, uh, as far as me being an addict or an alcoholic. In my opinion, addiction's addiction. You know, um, whether it be sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever. An addicted mind works very similar, no matter what the drug of choice is. For me, my biggest drug of choice was alcohol. Um, there was other substances that I did love. Um, but anyway, when I first got clean and sober, there was a huge part of me that resented other people who could drink or drug and still function normally and didn't let it control them. And there was a stigma of shame that went along with being you know an addicted person. And I think that's changed over the years, especially in the last 4 or 5, with the explosion of the opioid epidemic. uh, that it's, I don't want to say socially acceptable, but it's more accepted when people are in recovery these days than maybe it was 20, 30 years ago. The shame is not the same. But for me, I was early on, I was ashamed of it. Now that I've got a few 24 hours behind me, I realize that probably one of the greatest gifts that I was ever given by my higher power is I'm addicted. um, because it pushed me to a point in my life where I had to change everything. And had I not been addicted like I am, I probably would have never changed, and I would have still been on this path of self destruction, and I wouldn't have realized what true love is, and what true friendship is, and what true caring for another human being is. Um, so excuse me, I'm blessed that I'm an alcoholic. Obviously blessed because I'm in recovery. But I know now how to build relationships and how to work with people, and um, just how to live life and how to treat people the right way. My friendships and relationships are framed in a different way these days. They're built on trust. They're built on honesty. So I don't regret or resent who I am. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me, because now, as I go through life, it's different than what I did, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I view things totally different. I view people totally different. When I meet new people, I'm not scoping them out trying to figure out how I can use them or get over on them. It's made me a better person. And that being said, when you're newer, those things happen. You have the resentments, you have the regrets, you have all that bullshit. You know, um, a lot of people when they first get into recovery, they get that euphoria, and then they're gonna save the fucking world. They're gonna save every addict, and I know a few people that it's worked out as far as professionally. They get clean and sober, and then they became counselors, or they work in treatment centers, and that's great. It's not for me. Um, I'm still not sure what I want to be when I grow up. You know, not sure I want to grow up. But, you know, now that I have an appreciation for what addiction is, it helps me be better equipped to deal with people, in active addiction. Um, I don't actually offer advice to people, so much as I suggest certain things to them, because to offer advice almost comes across as that you know something and I don't know shit. I stay sober, I stay clean, the way I do, working a program, and doing the things that are suggested to me. um, without the other people in the program, I wouldn't be here. Without the suggestions of strangers, I wouldn't be here. um, But when you're new, you have those resentments and those regrets as far as, I wish I could drink or drug like normal people. And I had those, for a while, but I'm at a point now where if they said, tomorrow, if somebody came up to me, a scientist or a doctor came and said, hey, I'm going to give you this pill and it's going to cure your addiction. And you can go out and drink and drug and do everything that other normal people do and have no repercussions, no side effects. It's just going to make you non addicted. I wouldn't take it. Now, I mean, I know there's other people that are, clean and sober that will say that's bullshit because if you could drink tomorrow like normal people, you would. That is true. But what I'm saying is, if you came to me and offered me a pill or a shot and said, hey, if you do this, this is what it's going to do, my mind's going to say, well, I wonder what 10 would do. Because I still have an addicted brain. Giving me a pill or a shot is not going to fix my addicted brain because I'm addicted to more. I want more of what makes me feel outside of myself. I want more of what takes away reality. I want more of what shoves all that bullshit inside of me that I don't want to deal with down and buries it. Being clean and sober, I have to deal with that shit. There's stuff that's happened in my life that I never wanted to deal with that I, have since dealt with because of sobriety. And that's where I got to grow and in the last couple of years to learn the true meaning of forgiveness. It's November, it's gratitude month, and I have so much to be grateful for because I'm a recovering addict. So if you offered me something that would cure that, I would not take it. One, because I would want to take too much of it. Two, I wouldn't trade where I'm at in life for anything. I would not give up my addiction and the things that I've been through for anything because it made me who I am today. So when you're new and you struggle with all that shit, don't feel alone. We've all been there. Reach out to other alcoholics and addicts, in recovery. And you'll find that, many, many people experience the same things that you're going through. So, anyway, hope everybody has a good day. God bless you. Love you all. Bye.